Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday here. Been hitting the ground running today, right? Short week for a lot of us. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. We are gonna 35 people. All right, we're gonna wait till we need about 125 people here before I get to the good stuff. I think you will like today's topic. What's up, Miami Irv? Good, you guys are having a good week. Awesome. What's up, Thomas? Hola, says Soraya Yuri. What's up, Yuri? Hey, Master Ben says, what by too quick? Virginia, we got Miami. Cloudy Toronto. Hey, you know what? We actually have sunshine here. I'm not sure what's going on up in Toronto, but you guys should have same weather as us. Yo, big man. UAE in the house. Chile, Ohio. Yeah, I hear you. I grew up in Akron, Ohio. Eating lunch in Houston. What's up, Houston? Oxford. Boy, in the 80s, a movie that was popular was called Oxford Blues. Jersey, Rio de Janeiro. Man, how's the weather there? Northern Ireland, Brazil, Byron Bay, Australia. That sounds exotic. Awesome. Casablanca. Cool. Freezing in the UK. All right, we're at 138, guys. I'm gonna get cracking here because in about an hour and a half, I have to do a special Q&A call for our paid Fast Track program. What we do in usually 1 or 2 days or 3 days, depending on when I do the paid Fast Track training. Then a couple days after, we do a Q&A where we basically brainstorm and we go over people's questions and things like that. So I gotta keep this short because I'm running off to that. I want to talk about a topic here that has to do with this week, what we call peak demand time. And I just want to tell you a couple stories. What's up? First of all, a lot of you guys know that for about 20 years, since 1996, so almost 20 years, I ran a practice management company where we would help to turn around and build chiropractic offices and dental offices. And one of the things that I quickly found out in that business was that there were certain peak demand times upon which everybody, again, 80-20, everybody wanted to come in. But the doctor's income couldn't grow because they would hit a ceiling because they could only accommodate so many patients during those peak demand times. Now, typically in a dental and a chiropractic office, as you might imagine, it is the hours of 4 to 6 p.m. and usually 8 to 10 a.m., right before and just after work. Make sense? So we could usually double a doctor's income if I could just expand their capacity. In other words, if I could just get them to be able to accommodate more patients during those peak demand times. Because that's just nature's way of saying, look, this is the marketplace's way of saying, this is when we want to come in. Okay, now let's transition to another example. CPAs, right? If you're like an accountant, if you're a CPA, when is it raining money for you? And when do you have to be able to accommodate client flow? Well, obviously, right after the holidays, right? During tax season, it's those 3 months, January, February, and March typically, okay? And usually into April, so maybe 3.5 months. If you don't have the buckets out to catch the money that's raining, your entire year could be ruined, if you're an accountant. If you don't have the ability to open up, those buckets in a chiropractic or a dental office during peak demand times when it's raining money, you're not going to do well. And guess what? In e-commerce, we've just started the peak demand time. This is where it's raining money in e-commerce and on Amazon. So usually what we would teach the doctors is you need to be, reorient everything in your practice and your business to be able to maximize those peak demand times. And guess what? I'm going to be advising you guys to do. Right now, we are in massive action mode in our e-commerce business to reorient everything around making sure that we are going to capture the lion's share of those sales that come raining down during the holiday buying season. So I want to talk about a couple things. I just want to show you a flow chart here. All right, so again, this is something you might want to write down. Peak demand time. So we are in peak demand time for e-commerce when it is literally raining money. By the way, you can tell this is why I did not become an artist. Those are supposed to be dollar bills raining down into your e-commerce sales bucket. Now, I want to talk about a couple things that we're doing. You got to put the bucket out to catch the rain, meaning, first of all, this week, okay, Black Friday into Cyber Monday and Cyber Monday week. It's now really not just one day, it's now a week. You got to work your support like crazy. So if you're on Amazon, that means your support tickets will spike usually like around this time. Got to work it like crazy. So while everybody else is chilling out, falling asleep after eating turkey, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be working your support desk. Also, make sure you stay on top of all the questions that are coming into your Amazon listings. You want to strike while the person is in heat, meaning in a buying state. Usually people arrive to your listing as cold traffic. Hopefully with a good listing, you've warmed up that traffic, but sometimes they're not going to purchase because they have a lingering question or concern. Sometimes I'll post that question. It's in that section just above the reviews, at the very bottom of the reviews. Just above that is a section where people can quickly type a question. You want to make sure that you're being notified of those questions. The tool that we use is AmazonSellerTools.com/go. Okay? This is the same tool that I use when I'm doing my high odds product picking methodology. Okay? This has the one screenshot of BSR. Well, another tool that I use, literally, like I couldn't run my business without it, is something they call the Hijack Smacker. Okay, I know there's other tools that do something similar. This is the best one I found. AmazonSellerTools.com/go. Because what it does is it notifies us instantly whenever somebody posts a question to a listing. It also emails us whenever somebody leaves a review. It shows a link to the review. Basically, this is one of the ways that we're putting the bucket out. You want to reply to those as soon as possible. And also now, frankly, it's too late to really address this now, but you want to make sure you have enough stock in. Those that were in my, they're in my Fast Track coaching program. I sent out a reminder. We talked about this in July, believe it or not. June, July, and August. I said, hey, you got to buy your holiday stock now. Now, this is the bare minimum, and I talked about some stuff on Friday about what else that you should do with your listing. To buy into that buying state, or rather to get them into that buying state during the holidays. We talked about Macy's and kind of orienting your listing around the holiday theme, entering the conversation that the person is having in their mind. Now, I know I'm going to get a question going, but then what if my product isn't arriving till after the holiday? Don't stress about it. It is what it is. If you were in front of me, I'd give you a high five and I would say, hey, you took massive action. So, doing something is better than doing nothing. So first of all, you want to congratulate yourself. I had the exact same issue. This happened to me with my first product. It literally arrived, I can't remember like the exact date, but like 1 or 2 days after Christmas. I think it arrived like December 28th. And I just had to shrug. I couldn't do anything about that. But I tell you what you find out, January is a great month because people are conditioned to whipping out their credit card and buying gifts for other people, and that buying behavior bleeds over into January. So January tends to be an outstanding month on Amazon. So if you're worried that your product isn't going to arrive until after the holidays, don't get stressed out because, again, you can have a fantastic January and a fantastic February. I also just want to mention something. Those of you that have a Shopify site, this is the live chat that we use on our site and also on all of our marketing funnel pages. It's called Pure Chat. I believe that's the link, but I actually bought it through the App Store for Shopify. Okay, so that's part of working our support like crazy. Pure Chat. Again, you definitely want to use AmazonSellerTools.com. Somebody wrote, "You'll better screenshot this." I know we got some good stuff going on. Lots of crazy stuff with this flowchart. So anyway. Yeah, so it's more of a mindset thing, I know a lot of us that, when we first got started in e-commerce, we didn't realize the importance of, having our head fully in the game during the holidays. Typically in most business, if you've had a job or if you've run some other business, December can be kind of slow, frankly, right? Because everyone's focused on what? On Santa Claus, not on our business. This is different. You got to be full tilt. You got to be like the Rolling Stones. When they go out on stage, they are full tilt, pedal to the metal, dripping sweat. This is when you have to be on your game because it's raining money in e-commerce, all right? So that's going to do it for me. We're going to keep it kind of short today. Did you have any real quick questions related to this? Someone wrote, "You are awesome." Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hope I also got you really stoked and pumped up about the buying season that we're headed into. I mean, you will typically experience 2 to 3 or 4 times the sales volume on Amazon than the rest of the year. Can we hang out? I'll be at the live event in February. By the way, make sure you guys are all at the live event. That's going to be awesome. And if you're a Fast Track member, we are having a special kind of meet and greet for you guys. And so, sure. What is peak time for supplements? Probably just depends, right? Supplements, it's funny. Products you would not think would spike around the holidays, spike around the holidays. I mean, stuff that you're like, this isn't a gift. Boom, it's like the tide that rises all ships. People are in that spending pattern, that behavior of just whipping out their credit card. Jackson Heights says, hello, Ben. What's up, Jackson Heights? Our shipment got delayed 2 weeks. What do you usually do with that? Cry. This happened to us last year. We had, I kid you not, we had a giant shipment of a product that was stuck out the port because they had a freaking port, I don't know what it was. Like they were having some argument with the local labor union. And so we completely missed the whole buying season. Not because I didn't order in time, because my stock was like taunting me and teasing me, stuck out at some port. It drove me nuts. So you really can't do anything about that. As far as compensation, do you mean compensation from your supplier? Good luck with that, because sometimes it's sometimes not their fault, right? And also you have to keep in mind, I mean, I try to be a bit understanding with these manufacturers. If I'm not placing my order to the last minute, they're busy too, right? So, I try to be reasonable with them and more look at it as a long-term thing. If a vendor is taking advantage of you, absolutely, you need to stand up to that. It's not the time to be sheepish, but, if it was because you didn't order until a couple weeks ago, you have to give them a little leeway. What's up, Russia? All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to run. Again, I got to do this Q&A call here pretty soon, and we got some other stuff going on. So hope you enjoyed this. You guys know what to do. Put out those money buckets. Get ready for the e-commerce sales to come raining into it. Work your support like crazy. Make sure that you're replying to all your listing questions. Make sure you're staying on top of the reviews that come in. Reply to those reviews. Say thank you and encourage them. You want to make it known that you're running the till when people come to your listing. And check out AzonSellerTools.com/go. That's the service that we use. And lest we forget, the most important website of all, BenCummings.com. That is where you can find 2-week delayed replays of all of these sessions. The reason why we delay them 2 weeks, well, you can probably guess. We want you here live with me. So, boy, hearts are flowing. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have an awesome week. Those of you in the States, safe travels if you're seeing family for Thanksgiving. And even if you're traveling, got to work your support, got to work your e-commerce business this time of year. All right? All right, guys. Stay safe. Have a wonderful day.